Welcome to AutoCAD Tutorial Session 3, Part 3 now. Still Jonathan over here, and hopefully you have gotten this far. So your deck, or your decking basically, all of them should have some sort of connection on them, except for this part you just have a gap in between for the leg in relation to the end bottom decking, but generally it should look like this. In the other folder there will be a final model for the part 2 series, so you can use that as a reference to explore, but it should look like this. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to figure out the cross bracing, and this is a little challenging. We're going to use a lot of our 3D rotate skills that we kind of learned before, but a little bit differently. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to try to figure this out. So since it's floating at the moment, we should probably make it so there's like a little stub that attaches from here to here. So it's probably going to be welded on, and it'll have some sort of connection over here. So let's go ahead. Let's go to our layers. Oops, not create. Let's go to our 0.5 round layer, actually. Let's draw a line, actually. Let's make it easier from like, oh, actually no. Here to here, so I can actually see the line. We're doing this because we need the same angle that this line is in. So take that, click on line, M for move, and we're going to move it from the center to this center. So it should look something like that, and it should be penetrating it ever so slightly. So now we're going to do our same trick we did before. We're going to use the sweep and solid edit shell method, or what I call the sweep shell method. So I'm going to draw a circle. It's going to be 0.5, right, in the diameter, 0.25 radius. Sweep that, press enter, click on the line, bang, makes that. So what I'm going to do, let's see, I'm going to, I'll just move it. I need to see both faces, right? So solid edit, and then say body, shell, select, deselect the faces, top and bottom. You only want the sides because you're making a tube, and 0.049. Okay, press escape. I'm going to move this back, and we're going to see something interesting, I think, when it comes to 3D modeling that you may not have noticed before. But with our cross bracing, see that is kind of going to be a funky way of welding. I mean, you got to cut like a weird L shape out of a round tube. So we're going to try to figure out a way to make it so it's more flush, just like the picture over here. So I suggested to move everything up by 0.25. So select this and select this if I can. This one, and M for move, and it's going to go up in the positive Z using ortho 0.25. Okay, now we zoom in. That's a little better, I think. Not the best in my opinion. It could be a tad wee bit better. It's like right at the line. So maybe let's move it again by 0.25, see what happens. That looks, oh, actually that looks more like the picture here. So I guess it really should be 0.5. Oh, that's right, yeah. It should be 0.5 actually. So let's go ahead and try to figure out the rest of this actually. So it's looking pretty good. Like you have enough room to weld. So it says here it's 0.5. I made a mistake. I looked at the wrong one. It's a positive X 0.25. So I'm gonna click this, I'm going to move it positive x 0.25 to give it room, because remember, you have to weld this on somehow. You just can't put it against the face. It's probably bad practice. So let's try to get some good habits, I guess. So we're going to cut this piece actually. So we're going to use a subtract method by making a box from the edge about yay big. It's just got to cover it essentially. I'm going to type subtract. Click on the little part that I want to keep first. Press enter, select my cutting edge. Bang. Cuts me out a nice looking tube. So the next goal would be to make it so that this also has one here, because this block will have a mirror version of it on this side, which means that this block, if I have a piece here, will have a mirror version on this side. So I really only need 2 of these kind of pieces, if you think about it. So let's see, I should be able to copy this one actually if they are perpendicular or ish to each other. Should be able to copy it, so I'm going to go hit copy. This hopefully will work. And let's rotate it first. So it's like that. That should actually be the right one. Let's see if it's parallel. Center snap to center snap. Oh, dead on. Perfect. So now that we have our 2 stubs, we're going to do our old trick with the copy base after this. But I think for this part, I really wanted to focus really on how do pieces really fit together, which is, you know, how he came up with this plate. You're probably going to drill a hole straight from this HSS through the plate and bolt that together somehow. So that's probably going to be the way you would do it if you did have this type of design. You have an overtruss design, that's a little different. But because we had a double-decker sort of design last year, that's the reason why I'm showing this. And for the stubs, we did have stubs in the beginning. We did use a different kind of connection though, so keep that in mind. I'm having this just in case you run into some weird cross-bracing issue. So here we're thinking about how the cross-bracing connects to the HSS, which kind of considers some sort of weld around it. And also, it does consider the fact that, well, it has to fit too, so don't forget. So, it has to be able to fit there, has to be able to fit there, so all around has to be somehow fabricatable. So in the next part, we're going to still keep at it at our cross bracing, but now we're going to do something cooler. We're going to start adding connections to these. So I'll see you in the next part.